Hello, everyone. This is Captain Kyle. I'm at Walker Stalker, North Jersey. I'm here with Zach Galligan, who is in Gremlins, which I loved. How are you enjoying the con?
Well, it just started, so far so good. The first 5 minutes have been spectacular.
Well, that's good. But this isn't your first rodeo. I've seen you at other ones.
I've probably done maybe 3 or 4 other Walker Stalkers before. It's always an amazing event, and the crowd is pretty excited and pretty passionate.
There are definitely, these fans can be very passionate. So you've been to a few cons, and you see some people walking around who aren't dressed normally. Some of them have gaping head wounds. Some of them look like they might have stepped off your TV screen or movie screen. What do you think of these cosplayer people?
I mean, I think it's great. There aren't really that many opportunities in today's society to really kind of have a lot of fun and just kind of kick out the jams and enjoy yourself. So why not have Halloween whenever you want to? Why not get dressed up as long as you're not hurting another person? I think it's great. And I also think that the people who practice things like the zombie makeup and everything like that, it's great practice for a potential career. So I think it's terrific.
Awesome. Have you ever seen, and I have seen, but have you ever seen Gizmo cosplayers?
I don't think I've actually seen a Gizmo cosplay. I've seen tons of Gizmo backpacks, hundreds of Gizmo t-shirts, all sorts of Gizmo paraphernalia, but I don't think I've actually ever seen someone dressed up as the Gizzer himself.
I'll have to see if I can find that picture and send it to you.
Okay.
I've also seen people dress as the meaner gremlin type, so have you seen those?
Not really. I tend to see people carrying Gremlins and Stripe and things like that, carrying the paraphernalia, specifically for me to sign often. But I don't really see that many people dressed up in it. My guess is it's probably hot and kind of cumbersome.
That doesn't really stop most cosplayers.
That's true.
So if you were to come to one of these events,
Yes.
but not as a guest, as an attendee, and you were going to dress up, who would you dress up as?
Well, you know, I've been an actor for 35 years, so I've kind of dressed up as other people for a living. So I'm not really a huge fan of dressing up, since it's kind of like part of my, it's pretty much my job. So I'd probably come as something like, something very comfortable, like maybe a priest, just have a clerical collar and a Bible, you know, just a book tucked under my arm and just a little thing in my collar, and just dress kind of like all in black, and something so that when I was tired of it, I could put the book down and the collar down and just be like a normal person.
And you can go up to Seth Galligan and be like, I got my eye on you.
That's right. There you go.
I've heard a rumor about not a reboot, but a new sequel to Gremlins.
Where'd you hear that rumor?
The internet, which it must be true.
Was it on the internets? Well, you know, it's funny because a lot of stuff really just started exploding over this last Thanksgiving Day weekend, and I was basically just repeating what Chris Columbus said in April, which is that the next Gremlins movie, which is already planned, is in no way, shape, or form going to be a remake, because he's adamantly opposed to remaking it. So if it's not a remake, then what is it? The only thing it can be is some sort of continuation. Logic dictates that. So all I did was say, he said it wasn't going to be a remake, so obviously it has to be some kind of sequel. And people went, it's Gremlins 3! But I never said it was Gremlins 3. I just said it's going to be some kind of a sequel, like maybe like Jurassic World or like the new Star Wars picture. Have you heard there's like some new Star Wars picture coming out apparently soon? I don't know when or who's in it, but apparently it's supposed to be pretty good.
Star Wars sounds vaguely familiar.
Something like that, yeah.
So you have not been yet approached as far as being involved in this new film?
I have not, but that doesn't really surprise me, since they approached me to shoot Gremlins 2 maybe 10 to 11 weeks before we started shooting it. So oftentimes the actors are often, kind of the last people to know. So my guess is, if that's the way they operated, in terms of timing with the first sequel, I don't see why, if there's another one, they wouldn't do exactly the same thing. I mean, it's the same business. So my guess is 2-3 months to go, they'll come and say, what do you think? Yay or nay? I mean, that's kind of, I think, pretty much the timing that they did with Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. There's only a few weeks to go before filming started, and they were like, in or out? And they were like, thumbs up. So there you go.
Well, very cool. Let's hope that they do. I personally hope that they do approach you, because I definitely love the first 2 movies. So the second one was a little sillier than the first.
It was much sillier than the first. It was basically designed to decimate all of the seriousness of the first one, and I think it did a pretty good job of it.
It definitely decimated that seriousness. So, are there any projects that you're working on now that you'd like to share with people?
Sure. I actually had a part in Rowdy Roddy Piper's last film called The Chair with American Horror Stories' Naomi Grossman as well, and that was a really fun experience. It's a very cool, kind of strange, offbeat, sort of hallucinogenic prison melodrama. I suppose that's like a new genre that we created, but you should check it out. It'll probably be out in the next 3 or 4 months, I would imagine.
And what's it called?
The Chair, like the electric chair. Give him the chair.
Oh, cool. Very cool. And if people wanted to find you on social media, where could they find you?
God bless you for asking that question. They could find me on Twitter at ZWGman. That's my initials, ZWG, Zachary Wolf Galligan, and the word man, M-A-N, because I'm a man, at ZWGman on Twitter, Instagram, and you can also just search me by name on Facebook.
Very cool. And yes, I'm pretty sure you're a man, so that's a very appropriate screen name.
I try my best.
All right, well, before we go, anything you would like to say to your Scadza fans?
Not really. Just hang in there, have a Merry Christmas, and Gizmo and I say Merry Xmas. Don't feed him after midnight. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So sorry about the bright light.
It's okay. It's not the real Gizmo. It's just like sort of an approximation.
A stunt double.
Pretty much, yeah. You could say that.
All right, that's all the time we have. So I'll see everyone later. And as always, have fun and cosplay on.